saying that last Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode. Oh, ay, mami. Ladies and gentlemen, señoritas y caballeros, bienvenidos a podcast de Evan Lopez. Evan Lopez. Break it down. Hola, mi gente. Dale. I need to tell y'all a secret. This was supposed to be holiday-themed, royalty-free instrumental that I was supposed to be playing right now. This was supposed to be holiday music. The only thing I can think of is this is the holiday season in Puerto Rico. With a little bit of Mexico. I'm a Puerto Rican, so I can appropriate the Mexican culture. We're just one can away, baby. Stop the goddamn music. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this podcast. Welcome. A special Wednesday episode. Okay. Why? A lot of moving parts, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I told you guys we might not have an episode this week. Your boy doesn't leave you hanging. Ever. Except on our regularly scheduled episodes. We're having a special Wednesday episode. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is going to be, God willing, something goes wrong, this will be the last episode in this studio. Okay? In this studio. This will be the last one. And when I say studio, I mean in my one-bedroom apartment that I have been utilizing the entire living space for my creation station. This will be the last episode because we are moving this week. Yep, becoming real Texans, and it's been a good ride. We've had some good episodes here. We've had the Battle of the Wasp. That was a fun saga. I'll be honest. They back. They let me know, like, oh, you think you run this block? You just live here. I own this place. King Kong ain't got shit on me. That's what the Wasp told me. Okay, just a quick update. We lost the war. We lost the war. Here's the thing. There are so many wasps around this apartment complex, I don't think they even knew they were in a war with me. You know how like every year you find out that like 17 people were killed by coyotes? You're just like, oh shit, that's crazy. I had no idea. That's what the wasps think when they're like, 4 wasps were killed by this apartment. And they're just like, oh, crazy. All right, anyway. We lose more to fucking birds weekly. Okay? So they didn't know it. And they've came back in full force. They're out here. All right? It's a matter of time before they break through the windows and we're just done. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If this is your first time coming here, giggity, welcome. Subscribe. It helps the podcast. Like if you're on YouTube. Not many YouTube watchers. Yeah, I get it. It's a podcast. See, I'm the same way. Just like to listen to that. All right. But it's been good living here. It's been good living here. Moving nearby, not going that far away. But the thing is, it's so much easier to move within a city rather than moving a couple states over. Okay? Because that shit, rough. Arizona, New Mexico, getting to Texas, everything we own, we put it in the fucking truck. You've heard the story. And we just drove it here. And everything left behind said, hey, that belongs to the people of California now. And they can wear my fucking clothes and be scared and huddled up around the TV like everyone else there. Boom. Roasted California. Because you know what? I'm like that now because I have something else to announce. The transformation is complete. Okay? If you're not watching the video, I am holding a Whataburger cup. I've been reusing it. I love the cup so much. Because I'll be honest with you. Your boy finally had Whataburger on Saturday night. I got Whataburger for the first time. I've been here for 8 months and I said, fuck it. I can't move into a real home here without being a goddamn Whataburger consumer. And so I did it. Put it down my gullet. I had the Hatch Chili Pepper Burger. Bars, ladies and gentlemen. And this has been a big debate between Texans and Californians, Austinites and Texans. Why that? Because technically a lot of Austinites are just from California, but like to pretend like they've been here a lot longer and like to pretend like they're Austinites. But hey, you consider yourself an Austinite? Go fuck yourself. It's a weird thing to identify as. Unless you're, here's the thing. I need to take that back. I'm going to offend some people. It's just fine. It's the people who want to be Austinites and refer to themselves as this. And like, yeah, I'm an Austinite, as it's some bragging point. I feel like it ruins it for everybody else, the label, you know? Just like there's a few vegans out there that ruin being a vegan for all the other vegans. I bet 97% of vegans are cool. Not great, but 3% are so terrible that they ruin it for the rest of us. Okay? I think it's the same thing with Austinites. The same thing. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. What we're here to talk about is Whataburger versus In-N-Out. This has been a big debate, and I understand rivalries. People just create this shit out of thin air. Which is better? Whataburger? In-N-Out. Now that your boy has had both, I grew up on In-N-Out. In-N-Out, great. It's great. It's great for what it is. It's its own thing. In the fry department, this might be controversial, but In-N-Out has dog shit French fries. There, I said it. Those are flaccid fries. I ain't never had a French fry from In-N-Out where I was proud of it. Never take a picture of a In-N-Out. If in relation to your Willy, if you tried to send a picture of an In-N-Out fry equivalent of your Willy, you would not get a text back. You would get left on red. Okay? That is a flaccid Willy. I wish I had an erectile dysfunction sponsor so I could plug them right now. You got to get Blue Chew for your In-N-Out French fries. Hit me up, Blue Chew. We're ready to sell out. Now, that's not to say that Whataburger's fries are amazing, because they're not. They didn't wow me either, but they had a little bit of girth and a little bit of stiffness to them. You know, I'd feel more comfortable sending those out in a picture. All right? It's not going to be the greatest, but it's not going to be the worst. It's not going to be an In-N-Out fry. You're not going to end up on some Reddit shaming blog, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the taste, they didn't wow me. But here's the thing. The burger, goddamn glorious. I enjoyed, and keep in mind, this was a limited time burger. And it was delicious. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And here's the real secret of really testing burgers and fries and food in general. You have to see how it affects you the next day. All right? And I'm talking about going to the bathroom. I'm talking about working out the next day, how you're functioning. I felt great. Everything was good. All systems a go. All right? Because sometimes you have a great meal and you're like, yeah, that was delicious. And then the next day, it's like, I'm going to tag you back. Best believe that. Wingstop will do that to you. Wingstop will have you questioning your whole life choice. You get in the bathroom after a night of Wingstop. You get them Cajun Wingstops. I had about 10 the other day. Make you question your whole life. Why the fuck are we even here, Evan? What is the color blue? But I have to give, listen, I don't know if I've ever been craving In-N-Out where I'm like, yeah, In-N-Out. It's always like hey, let me eat a burger that's 60% smaller than all the other burgers in the general vicinity. I've never had really that much pride over In-N-Out. Like when I moved here, they now have In-N-Out in Texas. And when I moved here, people were like, we have an In-N-Out too. Like as if I'm like, oh, cool. You know, cool. Basic burger. I'm not that wowed by it. But since there is always this debate between In-N-Out and Whataburger, which is better, I might have to lean towards Whataburger. I'll be honest with you. I haven't had a fair competition because you can't go special hatch pepper chili burger versus a regular In-N-Out burger. The In-N-Out sauce is great. I gotta give you that. It's great, and it seems healthy for the most part. Was there probably some extra chemicals I should be worried about in the Whataburger burger? Probably. I'm gonna deal with that when I get a colonoscopy when I'm 67, though. But hey, until then, Whataburger. All right. But you know what? There is no close comparison. HEB versus any store in California. Listen, I live by an HEB Plus. If you don't know what that is, fuck off. Just kidding. Welcome. I'll feed you, baby bird. HEB Plus is the greatest grocery store there ever was. It's just, you go in there. Listen, I went there the first night we moved to Texas. And we walked in there like two kids in Disneyland, just looking at it all. A whole new world, a dazzling place with great bacon. It's so fucking thick, won't leave you sick. And I'd feel comfortable sending a picture of my equivalent. You get what I'm trying to say. Ladies and gentlemen. HEB has jalapeno bacon, has hatch pepper bacon, has everything. All right, anything you can think of, HEB has it, and it's great. That's probably been my favorite thing is HEB Plus since we've been out here, and we're getting a Costco. Whew, fucking love it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday. Things are getting weird on a Wednesday. We're going back. #throwback. Listen. This is something I think about a lot, and it's always weird to me. People's infatuation with getting lost with politics online. I understand. I just don't understand. What does it do? What does it do for you? Is it a release valve? If you're someone that you feel relieved by expressing yourself and dividing people on social media with an ignorant opinion or even a well-versed opinion that's extreme on either side, and you feel the need to post it online, it's always odd to me. And I'm not talking about you're reposting a story, you're pointing out one thing that you find odd, but these long written paragraphs that people do. My Facebook feed as of recently has just been filled with them to the point I'm about ready to delete Facebook. There's nothing healthy there. It's just turned into a haven for venting. And it's like Facebook wasn't supposed to be this. If we really need to try to use, and this is just my opinion, social media as you either look at, my approach to it is I'm just going to make jokes. I'm going to try to make people feel good, and I'm going to try to highlight some things. What I got going on, making jokes, whatever. It's not a place for me to show my personal life, to give all my opinions, and to attack people. Your boy hasn't been involved in a social media beef in years now. Okay? And do I try to get goaded into them? Yes. They try in the DMs. They try to stab them with the Stilly knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Because I've taken a very zen approach to a lot of stuff in life now. Your boy is evolving. Started out as a fucking little Charmander. Now, are we a Charizard? No, we're not Charizard yet. Charmeleon. We're right there in the middle, all right? We might be halfway in between Charmander and Charmeleon, all right? But there's so much stuff. People, when I post certain things, whether it's about vaccines, because I posted, it's a fucking crazy thing that the FDA is going to get reports. The FDA wants 55 years to process request over vaccine data. They want to say the way Pfizer and all these approved through the FDA, they want to take 55 years to show why. Like, we'll give that to you in fucking 55 years, bitch. It's a joke. But stuff like that, I'll post about that. I'll even make memes about the vaccines and just, but as far as politics, what I like on social media is when people don't know what the fuck I'm voting for. People don't know what the fuck I'm in. I'm just a fucking mystery box. But people try to DM, they try to get me to respond to things. Sometimes I'll just give it a thumbs up, a heart. If I don't agree with someone says they need to make a point, I'll go, oh, okay, nice. I'll thumbs it up. I'll heart it. Hey, because that's the thing. It's just their opinion and how they feel. So I'm just like, I don't need to get involved in this. What am I going to do? Am I going to sit here and let my thumbs get sore for 30 minutes, aggressively typing out paragraphs just to prove someone wrong who's probably never even going to hear? It's never going to get through. They have a rebuttal for everything, but it's like none of it's in facts. It's based on how they feel, which is always, that's like the biggest sign when you start looking at any political stuff, is people start assuming people's intentions, their emotions, and what they think. Like, there's no objectivity. When it comes to shit I don't really know about, I just try to look objectively at it and just go, okay, like, these are what it is. Okay. Because once you start putting your own emotions and your own, feelings on things, you're not going to get reality. You're going to get that self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to get whatever you want. What is that other thing? Something bias. Or confirmation bias. Where you have this belief system, so you want to push this idea to have it fit in line with what you believe. There's been so much drama recently, and some of it warranted, some of it not. The big thing that was going on, and I don't know enough about the case. I've only looked at facts and things that were reported, and some of the trial was at Kyle Rittenhouse. And whether you believe certain things or not, you look at things and you go, okay, well, what are the facts? What is this? And then you start reading people's arguments and you're like, well, you're assuming quite a bit and you're filling in the blanks. And it's just like, it's a hard argument to try to understand intentions and without being there. But everybody's a fucking lawyer now. Everybody's a fucking lawyer. And it's gotten ridiculous. But anyway, the 55 years thing with the FDA is nuts. I'm sure there's a process, but apparently it only took 108 days to approve a vaccine, but you need 55 years to show evidence and data of why and how it got approved. That is the nuttiest thing. We're living in a simulation, and we're not living in a simulation. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because there's so much real shit going on. I just listened to this article or this podcast with this longevity expert, and being in shape has a 5 times decrease in overall mortality. So by being in shape, it completely thwarts any kind of supplement and thing that you can do to take care of yourself. And I'm like, why is no one promoting this? Why isn't the government promoting this? Oh yeah, because you can't make money on it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But people still argue and do so much shit. But the point I was making is none of this kind of information gets out. The importance of exercise and all of that and risk versus reward. But what we're seeing is that Kim Kardashian's possibly dating Pete Davidson. What we're seeing is a crazy amount of coverage on this Kyle Rittenhouse, when it was like, it seemed objectively like this was never going to be a case. And now they're like, let's stoke the flames and make this super racist and make it overblow everything. So people aren't focused on the fact that this information just came out, that the FDA is going to take 55 years to show evidence and data of how they approve this. Could you imagine that in any situation? That you're just going to get no evidence and data? Like, when in life has something like this made sense to you? it's crazy. Especially when in 55 years, think about everybody working right now. Maybe 1% of 1% will still be working. Some 90-year-old fuck who's just eating fucking baby blood will still be working for the FDA. But all the people who have taken deals were working at the FDA that now are on salary jobs with Pfizer and all these other companies. All the people that took all these deals, they're not going to be around. They're not going to be working. They're not going to be held accountable. So of course they want 55 years. They're like, we're just going to kick this can. Literally 55 years is going, yeah, kick that can down there. We don't want shit to do with it. Fuck it. It ain't our problem. But it's crazy because people would rather get wrapped up in emotions of cases. They would rather care about fucking, let me just go look at what fucking Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian are doing. Travis Scott, all that shit. Travis Barker, Khloe Kardashian. It's the weirdest thing. My girl actually brought up a very good point, and I was like, that's really weird, is people put these people up on pedestals and they just worship them. They're like, oh my God, Khloe Kardashian, or is it Khloe? I don't know which one it is. Travis Barker and Khloe? No, it's not Khloe. Anyway, whichever one Travis Barker is dating. Courtney. Is it Courtney? You're not going to tell me right now. Everybody keeps saying, oh my gosh, goals, they're adorable. And they're doing this dumb shit. I see it peripherally, where he's like, oh my God, he made a fucking heart out of rocks and put it on the ground. They're doing little kid shit. My girl was like, they're doing like little kid stuff. Where it's just like, yeah, we're doing this. Oh my God, we're so romantic. And like blah, blah, blah. Like cute little stuff that 10 and 12-year-olds do. But these are grown fucking people who are just like pretending they're kids, and they have like families at home. It's like, where are the kids at? Y'all are just rendezvousing, doing all your shit while your kids are just growing up in Hollywood. Great. It's just very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why we've gotten so emotional about it. I think because I rolled from the politics. It's your friend, fam. Yep. I think because I rolled from the politics stuff straight into the 55 years, and then we got into this shit, which I wasn't planning on talking about. And your boy was just heated. Okay, let's switch it up. What do we got here? Let's see what else we got going on. Again, this is on the holiday playlist. Gonna eat some turkey and shit. I'm not gonna like it, cause that shit is dry as fuck, kid. But what the fuck you supposed to do with all that gravy? Maybe I'll put it in some cranberry sauce and get lost. Gonna need a floss after there's stuffing. Why the fuck are we mashing up bread? What the fuck is stuffing? Can't be good for you. Call it gluten stew. It's just bread with weird little onions. Who the fuck is eating all that cranberry sauce? No one. When the fuck have you eaten that outside of Thanksgiving? Couldn't survive in the open market, fuck it. Eating like a pilgrim that we steal from the Indians. Oh shit, don't go there, Evan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to, I guess it's a holiday special, Thanksgiving special, where we talked about a lot of bullshit in this one. Got way too serious. All right, I don't even think we could call this one the Thanksgiving special because we got too serious. But you know what else Thanksgiving is? My birthday. Your boy's getting older. Your boy is pretty soon not going to call himself your boy. He's going to start calling him yo man. Okay? Going to be the ripe old age of 34. We ain't on no kid shit no more. Okay? Walking the dough, holding the 34. Huh? What? Keep up. I feel good. If I'm being honest, we'll have a little birthday reflection. I would always think that, and it was for years where you start thinking about getting older and you're like, it's daunting a little bit where you're just like, shit, it's happening. I'm not fucking in my 20s anymore. Like I remember 27 being a weird birthday. Or at least something that made me stop and be like, wow, 27. now I'm on the back end of 20, you know, and then I'm heading to 30, and I remember 29. I'm like, this is the last fucking year of the 20s. But you realize, like, as you keep getting older, those ages don't seem that old to you anymore. Like when I hear now about someone in their 40s, I'm like, yeah, that's not that old. And then you start thinking about 50s, and it's like already my brain is starting to process what 50 is, and it's not that old. But then you start thinking about high school years when someone's like, oh, I'm 17. I go, oh, you're a fucking baby. But I remember being 17 and being like, wow, I'm pretty much an adult. Like I thought I knew shit at 17. At 22, I thought I knew shit. Like you just have no idea about all the stuff that happens later in life if you keep evolving. There's people I meet that are in their 30s, around the same age as me, and I'm just like, dude, have you not progressed at all? Like you're still stuck there? It's sadly, I'll have people from high school reach out and they're just doing the same shit. And I'm like, man, get to the next level. It's great here. You don't have to be afraid of it, you know? But getting older has been something that I'm starting to enjoy. I was talking to a buddy about this, about how like nostalgia really paints your past in a good way. Like it makes you yearn for like the liberty and the freedom of your youth in high school even. I had no financial responsibilities. I didn't have a lot of choices. I wasn't responsible for a lot of adult stuff that you have to start taking care of and thinking about with where your life is going. You kind of have just so much potential as a young person where you don't feel any of the pressure of society, because that's a huge thing. Is I could get away with, you know, even when I was in college and high school, when people ask, well, what do you want to do? You would just go, oh, I'd like to try this and try that, fill in the blanks. Oh, I want to try this out. Oh, okay. You got plenty of time. That's what people would say. So when you hear that, you just go, cool. So we like yearn for that kind of freedom, and that kind of like nostalgia of that era was great. I had some great times, great Lord of the Flies moments. Even at Thanksgiving. I wonder if I should tell that story. Nah, I'm not going to tell it. Nah, I'm not going to tell it. Anyway, moving on. Fuck it. We'll tell it on the podcast. I remember, shout out to my cousin, Mango Juice for Life. I remember just even like sneaking off to go fill fucking cranberry. You remember when you were like dumb and you thought that if you like vodka, you couldn't smell it on your breath? Like we snuck out and we went and filled up cranberry juice, like these little individual cranberry juices with vodka. And we like chugged them and came back to Thanksgiving dinner. And your boy was fucking wasted. I was drunk. And I don't know how old I was. I'll neither confirm or deny. But I just remember like those moments. They're so fucking good. Like I remember sitting across from my dad and I tried saying a sentence and it sounded like I was speaking, I don't know, some form of gibberish. It sounded like I was speaking backwards to him. And he just goes, what? And I just go, ah. And I just put my head on the table. Like, cause I was like, fuck, I can't do that again. You ever explained an entire story and then someone is like, hey, can you tell it again? And you're just like, it was all, I don't know. It's gone. You know, it was like putting cotton candy in a river. You know, it was gone. I was like, I can't get those words out of my mouth again backwards. All right. But great times like that. It is a nostalgic era to go back into the past. But the big point I'm making by bringing up nostalgia, it only paints the good stuff. It only makes you think that time was great, you know, at least for me. It starts really making you be like, oh man, things were so easier then. But in reality, man, that time for me in high school and everything, I hated it. I went through probably one of the hardest things I ever went through with losing my brother at that time. And it just, there was so much confusion and so much pain and so much, guilt and pressure and all this shit that I kind of just, you forget about. Not forget about it, but you don't acknowledge it when you reflect back. And the reason I think it's good to get older and everything, and what I've enjoyed about it, is I didn't necessarily take the easy way of dealing with all that stuff. There was a lot of years following where I did deal with a lot of guilt and a lot of worry and a lot of pressure and stress and just mourning and stuff like that. And I didn't always deal with it good. A lot of drinking, a lot of fighting, pills, and it wasn't healthy. But what I'm saying is, as I've gotten older and I just keep trying to progress and keep moving forward, I've been able to shed a lot of those things. And that's what's been beautiful about getting older is when I was young, I was given this set of problems and insecurities and fears and stress and all of that. And as I've gotten older, I've slowly been able to lighten the load, and that's been one great thing. And the thing is everybody has stuff that they're going through. Everybody has things from their past or their own bag that they're carrying. And my advice for anyone younger, if you got that shit, if you're struggling with it, don't try flipping the fucking backpack off. Don't just take that shit and go, boom, no, it's not mine. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm going to that's it. Because guess what? You're going to have to pick those up and it's going to catch up to you. Don't try to drink and run away from it. Don't try to sweep it under the rug. Because guess what? Cleaning day is coming. You're going to have to deal with it. My advice would be slowly take one thing out of that bag at a time. Okay? Always be walking in the right direction that you want to go. Do more things weekly that are getting you closer to your goals. Whatever it is. I always say to people, write down everything that you enjoy doing and skills that you have. And then write down what you're good at that works in business and, what you're drawn to naturally. What skills do you have that could work for business and for what you enjoy doing the most? And then learn how to morph them together. And that's the goal, is just start doing more things that are getting you towards those goals. Start doing more things weekly that are helping your health rather than hurting it. I don't give a shit if someone smokes. I don't give a shit if someone drinks. I don't give a shit if someone does the devil's lettuce, whatever you want to do. Just try to have slowly more things on the good side that are outweighing the bad things. Okay? People want to jump into crazy diets where they're like, okay, I'm only going to eat fucking celery for 3 months. And it's like, no, bitch, don't do that. You're never going to sustain it. Just start cutting the cheese off the burgers. Maybe don't get soda, get water, get some kind of, flavor added to your water. So it gives you that. Get carbonated water. Start off there for a couple weeks. And then maybe we switch the water. And then maybe we start cutting out ice cream twice a week. I'm all about those baby steps because you can sustain it. And what I've realized is that a lot of shit is all about compound interest. It's literally just about doing more of those things that will give you results later on. The delayed gratification pays off. That's something I've struggled with my own business is, I've had this business for a while now. I do a merch business as well. And for years, I wasn't making anything. I was barely making it. It was just barely, all right, I'm scraping it. Okay, well, this can cover a fucking meal for a week, And then over years and years and years, the skill set gets better. The dedication gets better. You're constantly investing and not seeing results. And then guess what? 3 or 4 or 5 years later, it just starts paying off. It starts working. So that would be my advice. I don't know why this just turned into Evan's fucking 34-year-old wisdom for anybody who doesn't want to listen. I apologize. But that's my advice. Just start doing more things that are good for you and not bad for you. It's that simple. It's that simple. Jay-Z has that quote, the crazy thing we did when everybody asked him about his success, crazy thing we did is just not give up. People look at it and they're just like, well, that's not anything. It's like, no, it's that simple. Just work towards it, And get rid of that baggage slowly. Take one thing out at a time and set it down. Analyze it. Look at it. Be like, why do you give me pain? Why do you hurt? What do I feel when I think about this thing? and unpack literally one thing at a time, and figure it out. And I'm rooting for you. You can always DM me, all right? We're still early in this podcast, all right? I'll talk to you, all right? And remember, no matter what, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Eat lots of shitty turkey. Hopefully you have a good turkey. If you have a special Thanksgiving side that you create, send it to me. Your boy's trying to get fancy this Thanksgiving, all right? But ladies and gentlemen, have a great holiday. Great holiday. Enjoy your holiday across the pond. Yeah, I'll do that accent. I don't give a shit. What are you guys going to come fight us again? Fucked you up. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. So stupid. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck that is. And I'll see you next week. I love you.